Today I want to do a tour of my game room. I came up with an idea to make some major changes in here, so I kind of just wanted to make a video to document the way I look now, and then I'll have an update video on some of the changes that I made. So I figure we'll just go right around here. You can kind of see this is kind of like a pan around of how the whole game room looks. So we'll start, I guess we'll start over here in the corner. This is the door, has a mirror on it. That's my gun, because every game room needs a gun. And here, this is a closet. I have all my coats for winter hanging there, and then down below that's a toolbox, and that's where I keep all of my files for bills and things and paperwork. But that's going to be moved to here. I just got a 2-drawer filing cabinet, so all that stuff's going to go in there. I'll probably put that into the closet. And then fortunately, this room actually has 2 closets. So in here, this is all of our board games are up there. You can kind of get a look at those. I won't go through them individually. And down here, these are all my books, kind of just disorganized. I used to have them on a bookshelf, but Cody took that over. And down here, that's a backpack full of electronics, and there's a box full of electronics. In here is all of my old controllers and extra controllers that I have. And then below that, I have, I guess, a lockbox, fat PS3, DVD player. And here, this I got this with my N64, but right now it just has Sega Genesis games in it. That's always handy to have. And then this used to hold tapes, but you can put Genesis games in there too, and I was planning to do that. And then it just kind of goes on down below. I have some art stuff down there. Moving around, this here is my tripod that I use. And this is the desk. This desk has had a couple videos so far on YouTube. Pretty happy with the way it turned out. And then I have my computer and my mouse on there. Then I got my music collection, which I don't really use anymore now that I have an iPod, but I did spend quite a bit of money on music throughout my life. And over here, this is my entertainment center. I've had this ever since I was young. I've got a, I think this is a 26-inch or 24-inch Samsung. It's one of those older TVs on there. It's got a remote. And then coming over here, we got the trusty old Nintendo, which you saw in the last game room video that I made. And then we got the Sega. This kind of goes in chronological order of how I played games. So that was like 1991. This was like 1994. Then we got 1997, got the Nintendo 64. Then down below here, that is a VCR. If you're not sure what that is, it plays videotapes. And it actually still works. And then I guess the next thing, this is pretty much, I'd say 2000, I had the Sega Dreamcast. And I picked this up a few years later. This is an Atari Flashback. It has, I think, 40 preset Atari games on there, so you don't have to go around looking for Atari. I never really was into Atari, but it's kind of fun to play. And down here, these are all of my Nintendo 64 games. I used to have a lot more, but I made the mistake of selling them to Electronics Boutique, which is now GameStop. And I don't recommend ever doing that because I got ripped off pretty bad, but I was young and stupid. And then over here, we have the Sega Dreamcast. I have quite a few games for that. I think I even got rid of a few of those. And then over here, these are all of my Sega Genesis games. I have them kind of doubled up back there. I won't go through them individually. Maybe I'll make some videos in the future about that. And then this is for my surround sound system that I have yet to hook up, but I will. And then moving over here, this is sort of like the modern gaming setup. I've got my chair here. This is my Xbox 360 games. I pretty much picked all these up at yard sales and stuff. They're getting pretty cheap. I think the most I paid for any of these was like $5, except for like Saints Row, and I think I picked some of these up on sale. And then I have some more games over here, some of which I haven't even played. This is my other Samsung TV. I think this is a 26-inch also. That's an LCD. And then below here I have my Xbox 360 and Slim PS2. And then down below that I have a GameCube. And my original Xbox is over here. This is kind of like a wired mess, but I kind of like the shelf that it sits on. I've got a little bit of a desk lamp there. And this is a switcher where I can switch between the different systems that I'm playing, so that's kind of nice to do when you have a bunch of stuff hooked up to one. So this is my modern setup. Pretty happy with that. And then moving over here, this is my PS3 collection, and it's kind of ridiculous. I started you know, once I got out of college and got a job, that's when things got out of control, and I finally had the money to get all the games I wanted, so I was just like, just kept going and going and going. But I'm trying to kind of tame it back a little bit. Some of these I haven't even played. Like, I kind of kept them in order of how I played them, and I think I'm like maybe right here. So I still have yet to play all these games, but I purchased them all, which is kind of ridiculous. Over here, these are some of my older gaming console games. It's got all my Xbox games here, and that goes into GameCube and then PlayStation 1. Below this, got the NES games and my 3DS games. And I guess some of those are DS. I kind of play them both. Picked up the 3DS back in December. Haven't really played much of it though. Then down below that I have all my PS2 games. They kind of just go out, and some of the games that I picked up recently. And then up here, I guess, this is Cody had this. It's like a little slot machine. Kind of cool. And you can put money in there, I guess. So it's kind of like a view around. This is a clock that I dumpster picked, basically. So mainly it's nice just because I got it for that reason. It's not really a good looking clock or anything. And this is some of the other artwork I have up here. I got this at a fair, and then this is a piece of artwork that I thought was kind of cool. So yeah, I think that's just about it for the game room. Like I said, this is the before. I plan to make another video which shows some of the changes that I plan to make in here after. So if you guys want to see anything more like this, I'll be happy to make some more videos.